Realizing that our first trip to Doma in Nasarawa State only revealed a tip of the iceberg of the might of the ordinary farmers of Doma, we took the path again. Within a beautiful formation of rocks lies a body of water which the representative of the people are still cap in hand for authorities to do the finishing required for the waters to flow and quench the thirst of its people, light communities, and keep their land wet for all year round.
I want to use this opportunity to please call on the attention of the federal government to remember that they have invested so much money since in the 80s to invest in one of the largest dams in Nigeria and have abandoned it. There's so much water there, but none to drink. It was initially conceived for agriculture, for hydroelectricity, and for consumption. And over 50,000 hectares of land was given for this irrigation. Over 39 million cubic liters of water is lying down there. And they should remember the amount of money that was sunk there. Almost every equipment was brought, but all of this equipment that was brought there, because it was abandoned, it has been stolen. The accommodation that was provided there is now out of use because it's been there for more than 30 years. The Doma of Doma has contributed a lot through his contacts because he has worked outside Doma before. He has used his connection to make sure that he draws attention to that place. The last governor did his best. The staff of Water Board, both in the state and the federal, who are from the state, have done their best. But why? I think it was constructed along with Bakulori Dam. And Bakulori Dam has been in production and has been helping the people of the environment for which it was created. Why abandon this one? And it is one of the most productive dams in the country today. Lots and lots of water is leaving, and because of lack of use, it's now seething. It's now seething. Sand is creeping it, and then the size is reducing. As such, let them please use this opportunity of this renewed hope of the Bola Tinubu government with particular attention to agriculture and revive that dam.
Despite the fact that this critical resource has been lying fallow, the market days in Doma tells a story of a people with an unrelenting commitment. Here are sacks and sacks of variety of grains with buyers and sellers taking notes in exchange.
Wannan kasuwan kowane dan Laraba ana cin ta a sati guda a rana daya. Kuma wannan kasuwan ba karamin mutane suke zuwa suna zuwa kasuwan nan ba.
Trucks taking tons to load and move the grains to places.
There are more than 10 warehouses processing sesame seed here in Doma market. And if each one of these 10 warehouses produce at least a truck of processed sesame seed, you know what I mean? Take your calculator and check how many bags of sesame seed that can be produced in this market daily. And at tail end, there is a weigh here waiting for each of the bag to be weighed at least to meet the international standard.
Like this 3 engine, each one of them can produce that is 30 ton, one truck per day, and it helps a lot. You can see there are more than 200 youths that can work here. They finish, they'll pay them daily. So it helps a lot. If government will come to the ends of this and help, I think it will help. And the problem we are facing here, there's no light here. completely. You can see there's no even transformer around here. So if they can provide transformer one for this Sinji, it will help. Actually, this production, or let me say cleaning, help. Because if you put sand inside, whatever you put for a goose, if you take it to that machine, it will clean it. So a lot of farmers are avoiding to put sand on their Benin, not like before, not like 3 years back, where you can see a farmer or especially the marketers, the business people, they can put chaff and mix it. But whatever you put for your salesman, if you carry it to you need to clean it out. So everybody try to repair your goods, because when you do it clean, it will help you.
Doma local government is known to be one of the best in terms of sesame seed production in the country. And the reason is because right from time immemorial, the production is in a very good quality and quantity. But over some years, we do notice the activities of some hoodlums among the marketers and even the farmers themselves, that at times, either intentionally or unintentionally, do miss this sesame seed with sand, chaff, and even stone. But God so kind, the market, under my watch, we undertake so many measures to curtail such occurrence. We have a 15-man committee across 3 different sections. They are saddled with the responsibility of going around the market every morning to checkmate the activities of all this kind of sesame that is found with sand, chaff, stone. And by the special grace of God, we recorded a lot of achievement, because so many arrests has been made throughout this year. By the record and the report we have been receiving, the transaction this year is far better as compared to the previous years.
In the middle of the market, a traditional medicine seller full of praises for his merchandise. One of the major roads that the farmers from across hundreds of villages ply in their numbers for the weekly market is the Doma, Aguada to Karshin, Abuja road.
As at 1973, it was a state road, which was then Benue Plateau State Government. And with Nigeria trying to go into industrialization, within the Ajakuta steel mill, when the iron ore was discovered in that place. And you cannot have a steel industry without coal. And the coal in around Ajakuta from Choco Formation is not of good grade that can be able to be used for the blast furnace in that place. So for that reason, exploration took place around the Lafia Obi, which is around the Jangwa, which is of the Dominus ranking, which is the best coal in Nigeria. It was at that time, because we want to move into the industrialization, and we need to feed Ajakuta, and this is the shortest route to that particular place. This particular corridor begins from Tunga, where you have the Dangote sugar. That is the upstream by Benin before Makodi. From there is a short route to Okari. So from there, the road is federal, which during the Jonathan administration, using World Bank funds, they are able to do about 100 kilometers. That's from Lafia to Away and then to Tunga. Okay. Later on now, the phase 2 of the project was between Doma and Lafia. So the main leg now, which is the shortest route, is from Doma to this point, which is about 9 kilometers. And from here, you are supposed to cross the River Rutu. This River Rutu is just barely about a 100-meter bridge, which is much, maybe about 1/10 of the local Oweto bridge. So, and this is the downstream of River Mada, which is in Gudi, which is coming from Plateau Escarpment. So if this bridge is constructed, it means you are going to reduce the travel time to Nasarawa almost 1/3. Because as we speak, if you are going to Nasarawa local government, where you have the federal polytechnic, you have to go through Kefi, Nasarawa going Kefi, and then come to Nasarawa. So now the initial concept, when this road was upgraded to a federal road, was to move from here to Nasarawa, from Nasarawa to Toto to Abaji, then to Ajakuta. But as it is now, it has dual purpose in the sense that it's also a continuity. From Nasarawa, you pass through Ara, in Nasarawa State, then Ara, in FCT, and then to Rubuchi, then Orozo, then you boss at AYA. So this is the shortest route. If this particular road is constructed, considering what the present Tinubu administration is doing. They are constructing now a road in River Ibi, which is also part of the feeder of River Benue. So this particular area has a lot of economic advantage in terms of agronomy. It is a wetland, limnology in this particular area. Apart from that, this other side of it is just after a few kilometers away here. It's a geological boundary. You are going to the basement complex. In this particular area, mining, this is one of the mining hubs in the state, where you have a lot of gemstones, sapphire, tourmaline, aquamarine, and all of you, they are all deposited here. Even lithium-bearing mineral, they are all deposited. Even the base metals, tin and columbite, wolframite, that for the manufacturing of tungsten for electric bulbs, they are all situated. The only thing is just road. So if the federal government of this country will be able to construct a road with a bridge here, eventually it's going to unveil this country on the two legs of Tinubu administration of food security and then diversification using the mining sector.
For those traders who go to the Doma market and selling their goods, the journey on the road to and fro ends here, and their next mode of transport will be a boat like this one. This boat normally transports them and their goods to the other part of the river, where they usually take another bike or another vehicle moving on to the either Nasarawa or another part of Nasarawa state. But if subsequently the road here is constructed, a bridge might also be built over this river, and that means no more making some quick cash for the boat riders like this one that is ferrying us across this river.
And back to the Goody River crossing, the sun sets, and for the people, a new dawn shall open up, a new lease of life, when the news filtered in that a substantial amount has been set aside in the year 2024 budget to execute the projects.
tafiya katsab dogon sarki maganin gajeren sarki ba cika baki ba wallahi ina gwanin wani ganawa Allah dodo maganin wani dodo fito da karfin Allah ku shirya uban gari ya tashi.
We are pleased to have this opportunity to acknowledge your gratitude to God Almighty for the first time since 1974 that this road was gazetted. The federal government has acted positively towards bringing it to fruition in recorded history. We are grateful Mr. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu has captured it for the first time in the budget of the Federal Republic of Nigeria since the federal government gazetted it in 1974. Route 301 F124, 146-kilometer road from Lafayette, the state capital of Nasarawa State, through Doma, across over 105 town, villages, and settlements that led through Nasarawa local government. Before then, through part of Kefi local government to Nasarawa local government, to Karashi, Orozon Karashi, FCT, and to terminate at Apo. No doubt, without laying emphasis on the multifaceted relief this road, when it comes into fruition or coming to being, will have served the economy of the nation and all of these communities that the road will traverse. Without doubt, but most importantly, the FCT will be the better for it. One, for the reason that once you get to Karo and you want to go to Abuja, the gridlock from Masaka to AYA is such a horrendous, difficult experience. that every commuter over the years since the FCT came to being has had a very nasty experience whenever you have to drive through that point into Abuja. So from wherever you're coming from, it doesn't have to be from Nasarawa State. Whether you're coming from Bauchi, Adamawa, Taraba, or some parts of eastern Nigeria before the local Weto Road has come into being, will have to go through this road. And once you get to Masaka, the experience for everybody that will have gone through that path has been a very difficult and unpleasant one. And this is one road that links the northeast and the north central to Abuja. That Masaka experience, for every reason, has been a very difficult one, that an alternative route has become indispensable. I saw the minister saying they will initiate an overhead bridge from the Masaka houses to a reasonable part up to Nyanya, I'm sure, to ease the traffic congestion. Be that as it may, as laudable as it is, an alternative road from Nasarawa State directly into the FCT is an opportunity long awaited in the interest of the nation, in the interest of all the states that must go through Masaka to go into the FCT. So our luck is that President Tinubu has captured in the 2024 budget the Lafia, Doma, Rifin Gabas, Nasarawa, Orozo, and Apo Road. And I'm sure we also told us they dedicated some for it to commence this laudable intention of government. Most of these villages, there are no roads that has reached them or gone through them. And knowing Nigeria, we all are agrarian, especially those of us in the hinterlands. And a road across any community is a life wire that any government will provide to the people. It will ease access to health facilities as they need to arise. It will provide that, since our mainstay is agriculture, all you produce that hitherto has been exploited to the advantage of the buyer instead of the farmer because of lack of access to ventilate or deliver the goods to the market, an opportunity will have been provided. The life of any community without road is as if somebody is imprisoned. This will provide an opportunity for all of these over 105 villages. And I'm sure these 105 villages will never forget who Tinubu is for the opportunity he has brought in opening up their communities. One, as a people that Nigeria for the first time has recognized through road construction. Two, as an opportunity that has reached them that their mainstay in agriculture will have been better harnessed, and the sweat of their labor and the benefit will have been better maximized. Instead of paying less to them because of lack of access route, they sell it to anybody at whatever price, just to make sure they are relieved of the burden of keeping the goods to spoil. And will have therefore had an opportunity by this road to even take it to even the capital city to sell their goods. So it is of monumental advantage and benefit to the people of these 105 villages across 4 local governments and 4 of what the state has identified as urban centers out of 6 in Nasarawa State. Because from Lafia, Doma, Kefi, Nasarawa, Karu, all of us are beneficiaries, and our communities will have been beneficiaries of this opportunity when the federal government will have constructed this road. So we are particularly excited about the opportunity that this road that we've been praying and pursuing via several contacts to see the day to come into reality. So whenever it does, and like we have seen, I'm sure, when the federal government will complete the construction of this road, they'll see the kind of celebration and gratitude and prayers that the ordinary man will pour out to Mr. President and his Minister Omahia, a very, very consummate engineer who has experimented with the state and made a difference in using every little to get the maximum benefit of goodness for humanity.
From 1999 to date, a total of only about 306 million is what has been awarded year in, year out. But this time around, we thank God that when the budget was brought to the House, only 100 million was allocated to it. My friend and brother and colleague, Senator Babangida, former PAMSEC, also assisted us with 40 million naira from FEMA, making 140. But after lobbying and seeing all of these people, the final budget came with about 1.8 billion plus the 140. So we are now sure that at least something will start. And I think for now, briefly, this is what I want to tell you. But I want to thank you. I want to thank God. I want to thank everybody that has contributed his quota to making this a reality. Everybody in Nasarawa State, everybody within our zone is going to benefit from this road. And the benefit of that road will go far beyond Nasarawa State and its citizens. And you that are here today to let the people know the advantage of that road, God will bless us all.
As we took our way back to Abuja, I began wondering how our journey would have been shortened by at least an hour and a half if that corridor from Doma to Karshi is constructed. Then we arrived at Maraba axis, where the heat of one way out of Abuja to Nasarawa, another thorn in the path of millions of residents and those on transit.